Hello there, Tad Argyle from Marketing for Hippies. Today's video is about what is ethical marketing. Looking forward to this video. I was emailed a list of statements around ethical marketing from one of my clients, things they'd gathered from myself and some of my colleagues. It was a list just to help them remember what ethical marketing is. So this video will be a little bit on the longer side because I'm going to read through all the statements, which I haven't even read through in their entirety, and share my thoughts on each of them as I go. So buckle in, buckle up. Here we go. So ethical marketing is or can be letting people know how you can help them. Yeah, that's so much of what marketing is. Though the tweak I would give on this is there's a bit of assumption in that statement, letting people know how you can help them. The proviso has to be if you can help them. Yeah, so before we let them know if we can help them, marketing has to be discovering if there is a fit, to discover if we can help them. But yes, then once that's established, here's how I could help you. It's just sharing. It's just letting people know. It's not pushing, it's not cajoling, it's not manipulating, it's not persuading them to be helped by you. It's just saying, this is something I could do. I think it would be helpful for you. Number two, letting people, I'm going to lose count. But number two, letting people know that you have something they need. Again, with the proviso that you actually do have something they need. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see, is that people in a lot of traditional marketing and sales are told to walk into situations already convinced that they have something that people need. Yeah, so the conversation begins from this place of the salesperson being completely certain, completely convinced, and the person to whom they're selling being utterly unconvinced. And it's a bad setup for a conversation, because it means the salesperson isn't actually listening, they're just trying to convince, and then the person who is a potential customer in the eyes of the salesperson is forced to defend. So not good. Number three, telling people how you can help them. Yeah, again, if you can help them, just look, sounds like you want some help. Maybe we've established that I could help you. Let me tell you what that might look like. Here's how I could help you. Sure. Building relationships that may or may not end in sales. Beautiful. Although with a proviso, it's not that we're saying you don't need sales. It's not saying just go out there and start talking to random people and build relationships, and maybe it won't. Of course, we're trying to find people who might have a need for what we're offering. So it's not without aim, this relationship building, but it's true, building those relationships, they may turn into sales, they may not. This is where the filtering comes in. This is where having a really clear niche comes in. Tons of videos about that. Check my playlist on niching and filtering. Lots of thoughts there. Why invest time in terms of a business, as a business building a relationship that is very unlikely to turn into anything, whether that be a partner, a hub, potential client. So yes, it may or may not end in sales, but if we're doing it as a business, we do need sales, and so we want to be strategic about where we use our time. Certainly, being playful with a goal in mind. I'm fine with that as long as the goal is to get to the truth of, is this a fit or not? Because if the goal is to get to a sale and get them to say yes, then being playful is just another form of manipulation. This is being very charming. You're being so playful, and so it's just still manipulation. It's still the same thing. You're just smiling as you do it. And pickpockets can be very charming. In fact, that can be one of their main tools to distract you, to seduce you. Is a big smile, pat on the back, give you lots of affirmation, make you laugh, tell you a good joke, and you get home, and then you realize your wallet's gone, your watch is gone, your belt is gone. Where did my pants go? So there. Offering people something that might be useful for them. I like that phrasing. Offering people something that might be useful. Look, I've got some, I don't know if it's useful, but here it is. So what could that offer be? It could be videos, could be audio, could be some blog posts that you write, could be a quiz or an assessment, could be a free workshop. It might be an evening workshop that people pay for. You're offering things out. You're just sharing. And if you come from that intention, this might be useful. I don't know. I'm not totally convinced, but it might be useful. I think that's a really healthy orientation. Figuring out if you're a good fit. Boom. Like romance, it happens over a period of time. Yeah, I like that too. A really solid relationship develops over time, often friendship first. And in that way, um, it's like business relationships. They get to check you out from a distance, follow you for a while, see if they like you from a distance, maybe start talking with you, go to a few low-risk things without having to commit much. That's really important. Building relationships of mutual benefit. I like that. Yeah. There's a real win-win or no deal in ethical marketing. We're looking for a relationship that's going to be of mutual benefit, and if not, let's walk away. You don't have to stay in touch with everybody. As Facebook has taught us with old high school friends, you don't have to stay in touch with them all. Building and maintaining relationships that may or may not end in sales. Okay, that was said earlier. Sure. The romance of getting to know your customers. Well, if they're going to be customers, I don't know if we should call them customers too soon, but the romance process of getting to know your customers, sure. And as long as romance doesn't have a goal with it, yeah, if the romance is hooking up or getting married, or then it becomes a seduction. It's not romance anymore. It's not courting anymore. It's just straight up seduction. Helping people that want to stay in touch with you, stay in touch with you. That's nice. Yeah, there are people who definitely want to follow you, who definitely want to hear what you have to say, and make it easy for them. So much of marketing is about making it easy for them, making it easy for them to get to know more about you, to follow you, to stay in touch with you, making it easy for them to discern if it's a fit or not on their end. Yeah. Keep the connection going. Oh, keeping the connection going. Marketing can be that. Yeah, if it's a fit. You see, so much of this comes down to, if it's a fit, great, keep the connection going. And if not, let the connection go. Bless and release. Marketing can be an act of love. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is Mark Silver's great line, every act of business can be an act of love. Marketing can be an act of love. If it's coming from the agenda to get to the truth of if it's a fit, then it's absolutely an act of love, because you're saying, I respect you, I respect your time, I don't want to waste your time. So let me cut to the chase. Here's what I have to offer. Here's how I offer it. Here's who it's for. Here's who it's not for. Here's what it's not. Here's how I do it, how I don't do it. It's immensely respectful, and also the best marketing is educational. It's giving them an education that it would be useful for them whether or not they do business with you, and that's a very loving thing. Letting people know you can help them meet their needs, if you can help them meet their needs, yeah? I wouldn't walk in with the assumption. I don't know if I would say letting people know you can meet their needs, exploring to see if you can meet people's needs, I would more resonate with. Letting people know you exist, it sounds very lonely. I'm here. And you can meet their needs. Again, if you can meet their needs. Figuring out how to build trust with the people you love serving and whose problems you can solve best. Great, let me say that again. So figuring out who to build trust with. Oh, figuring out how to build trust with the people you love serving and whose problems you can solve best. That's great. I like that definition. Yeah, there's all these people who you love serving, whose problems you can really solve best. And how do you build the trust with them? That's a really good question. That's a worthy question. To me, so much of marketing is about building trust. So much of marketing is, the bad marketing is saying, trust me. Hey, just trust me. I think the best marketing says, I trust you. I trust you, Hey, of course I say it's good. It's my business. Of course I'm going to say it's good. But I trust you to make a decision. So here's all the information you need to make a decision. Let me know what you're going to do. To me, the best marketing sounds a lot like that. Marketing is about building trust and intimacy with the people you're a good fit with. Besides ending that sentence in a preposition, very good. Marketing is no big deal. Well, I can see that. Yeah, I mean, that's probably true, and it's also true it can be a very big deal. It's like people say, well, money's no big deal, but the lack of money is suddenly a very big deal. What the beauty in that, the kind of medicine in that statement, is that a lot of people, marketing becomes overwrought. It becomes so big a deal. It's overwhelming. Oh my God, it means so much, and sometimes we can just take the pressure off. Like, this is not that heavy. Yeah, marketing is just another life skill. Yeah, it's its own craft in a way. There's an immense skillfulness. I've been doing this. I mean, let's say I've been in this game for 20 years, since 2001, full time since 2006, but doing workshops probably since 2001, and learning about it from a bit before that, but let's say 20 years. So yeah, there is a craft I've developed with this, and there is a real skill in it. And there's lots of skills in life. Marketing is one. Yeah, so I like that. It's just another life skill. There's so many skills that we need. We need to be skillful in life to make it through life. You know, if you lived in a traditional culture, you need to know how to hunt. You need to know how to prepare the food. Now, I think those skills are more important than what I do, frankly. And I wish this is what we learned in school. But in terms of the modern world, yeah, marketing is just another skill. And it really depends how we understand marketing. Because to me, marketing is really about education and relationship building. So the world itself has changed. The way the market looks is so different than the way it used to. You know, the market originally was just the stands, the market stalls. And it was where people came together to share what they'd been up to since they'd seen each other last. And I don't know when money entered the market, and that probably changed it. But certainly there was a time where people got together and traded, and it wasn't money involved at all. There's certainly been long-distance trade amongst humans for a long, long time. Salt traders and silver traders and fur trading, and there've been a lot of this going on very, very long time. People would bring things from one place to another. And this deep interaction of how do we exchange things is changed in form, because today it's now money for time, money for a product. Whereas in the past, it might have been a thing for a thing, or it might have been a gift economy. And there was a much deeper, more ornate understanding that, well, I give this to you. And it's not that you give something back to me, but you'll give it to other people in the village, and the wealth will keep circulating in a wilder fashion. And so we live in the modern world, so we have to have the modern adaptation. And certainly marketing is that. Marketing is something you learn how to do, like tying your shoelaces. Yeah, that's good. True. Children of the 80s, what are shoelaces? Marketing is a spiritual practice. You can practice beautiful ways of being through the practice of running your business. Yeah, I would agree. It can be that. Yeah, it can be, because you have to practice a real non-attachment. It's very easy to get desperate. Yeah, you're with a client and you're really feeling the need for them to say yes. Well, that's on you. That's not on them. So it can be, absolutely. I've seen, for me, I'll just say this. I don't experience any discernible neurosis in myself around marketing. Other areas of my life, yes, but not business and marketing. For other people, this brings up all their stuff. So, hey, there's your spiritual dojo, you know. Marketing can be a form of self-care. Yes, that's a very astute statement. Marketing can be a form of self-care. You know what's not self-care? Getting in clients who aren't a fit for you and dealing with that. That's not self-care. Spending a lot of time answering people's questions over and over again that could have been handled by a really good sales letter. Having your marketing be so shitty that your programs never fill, and now you're broke and you're always scrambling and hustling. That's not self-care. Oh, handling your marketing can be an extraordinary form of self-care. Marketing can be healing, yeah, for you and for them. Most people are so used to being taken advantage of in a selling situation. Caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. That's Latin a long time ago. This is thousands of years probably. People are being screwed by the buyer's been screwed by the seller, and vice versa, frankly. But when we engage in it in a beautiful way, when we do not take advantage of people, when we become a protector and not a predator, this is very healing for people. Yeah, because people are waiting. They're ready to be taken advantage of. And when you don't, that is healing for people, absolutely. marketing is a morally good thing to do. It could be. Depends how you do it. I don't go to church anymore. I just do marketing. That keeps me on the straight and narrow. Could be. Mixed feelings about that one. Marketing is wanting the community you serve to do well. I don't know if I'd say that is marketing. I would say that that is the basis of the kind of marketing that I would resonate with. If you have a community you want to serve and you really want to see that community do well, and that's your fundamental orientation, that will inform the marketing you do. Absolutely. Marketing is empowering the people you choose to serve. I always quibble with this language of empowerment, like I am going to empower you, I have power you don't have, I'm going to give it to you. I have questions with that languaging, but marketing is, well, it could be if we understand it as, look, I recognize you already have all the power in the situation. I can't make you buy from me. I can't get you to say yes. I can't get there's nothing I can do there. So all I can do is give you the information and acknowledge the power that you already have, that you're going to decide whether you want to buy it or not. You're going to decide whether you want to spend money with me or not. So all I'm going to do is make sure you have what you need to discern and decide whether this is going to work for you or not. And that's about it. And lower the risk of you even taking a first step and trying. Marketing is empathy. It can be. Marketing can absolutely be a very deep and profound form of empathy. You can write a sales letter in such a way that people cry of recognition when they read it. That's a real possibility. Marketing is listening to your people to understand where they are and help them understand how what you offer can genuinely help them with the struggle, pain, problem they're experiencing. Again, this is so subtle, but the language, not to understand how, I would say help them understand if what you offer can genuinely help them. If and then how. If it's true that it can help them, now let me help you understand how. But we've got to get to that place of discerning if it's a fit first. That's the most important thing before we get to, here's how I can help you. That's what most marketing and selling is, frankly. Here's how I can help you. How do you know you can even help? How are you so sure? You translate that to dating and you see how ridiculous it is. Here's how I can help you in a relationship. We're not even dating yet. I understand, but let me help you see how great it will be but we're not together. Marketing is the process of becoming more skillful at helping others. Yes, it can absolutely be that. And this is something I haven't said as much lately, but I used to say this a lot. Marketing makes you better at what you do, or it can. Why? Because marketing asks very basic questions, such as, what do you do? For whom do you do it? How do you do it? Where and when do you do it? Why do you do it? How much does it cost? There's some real basic questions. And those questions are so simple. What do you do? That's a very simple question, and yet you notice how many people struggle to answer it. Oh, who do you help? 5 minutes later, they're still talking. So marketing asks very simple, pointed questions. And why does marketing ask these questions? Because if you could imagine marketing as a kind of deity, and it shows up and says, look, I'm here on behalf of your potential clients. I'm here to ask you the questions they won't. They're too shy. They're too polite. I'm not. I'm just going to say it like it is. What you're saying makes no sense. So I'm going to ask you the tough questions. And so marketing helps you in that way. And as you hone the answer to those questions, it hones what you do. I can't tell you how many consultations I've had with people, my puttering sessions, and we find a niche in it. In 1 hour sometimes we land on a niche. And in clarifying that niche and realizing, oh my gosh, that's who I want to help. And this is how I want to help them. This is the point of view I want to bring and what I want to offer them. It focuses all of their attention. It focuses all of their practices. And in that focus, they get to let go of a lot of extraneous stuff. And they get to focus on one thing, one issue, one group of people, helping them maybe in one way. And by having that focus, it gives a focus for their skill building. And so instead of trying to master a million things, they've got one thing, and they become extremely good at that thing. So marketing can absolutely make you better at what you do. It can make you more skillful in helping others. Absolutely. And the process of marketing itself can be very helpful for other people because you're helping them think through. They're looking for a solution, and you can be helping them with that thinking process. Marketing can be empowering for both the giver and the receiver. It can be. Yeah, absolutely. Marketing can be polarizing. It's about turning some people off and some people on. I would word that a little different. I don't think it's about that, because that makes it sound like that's the point of it. That if you're not turning some people off and turning some people on really hard, it's not working, and that the point is somehow to polarize people, that that's the goal, that that's how we know we've succeeded in marketing, is we've polarized the marketplace, and if you haven't polarized it, now you need to do it. But you see, that becomes another manipulation. Wait, but why are you trying to polarize? Well, because if we polarize it, more people will buy. That's not the goal. That's the side effect. That's the epiphenomenon of marketing. I would say marketing is an invitation to be very real and candid and vulnerable about what you do, how you do it, your point of view, to share that very openly. And then they get to decide. The after effect, the wake of you being so honest and vulnerable, is often a polarized response. That's true. You'll have people who love what you have to say and people who hate it. That can be the case. But if the goal becomes to polarize, then you start thinking, well, I'll just say provocative, controversial things, and that may or may not serve, because it's aiming at the wrong goal. You know, if we're an archer and the bullseye is going for the truth, you can't have your eye, while you're aiming at that, you can't be looking at the trophy, which is they buy. It's a weird counterintuitive thing. If you focus on the trophy, you miss the target and you don't get the trophy. But if you focus on the target of getting to the truth of if it's a fit, you also get the trophy. But you can't focus on the trophy to get the trophy. And so it's not about turning some people off and turning some people on. It's just likely to. You're likely to piss some people off. That's true. Marketing is making people, there's just a few more here. Marketing is making people feel safe by taking the risk on you and reducing it for them. Oh, I see what he's saying. So it's about making people safe because you know they're going to be taking a risk by working with you. So you say, let me take the risk on myself. I don't think that's the whole thing of marketing, but that is one of the 3 roles of marketing. Role 1, get their attention. Role 2, filter. Role 3, lower the risk of them taking the first step. Yes. Marketing is telling the truth. Amen. And creating a space where they know they are safe to tell their truth as well. Because if that second part isn't there, you don't really have it. You're trying to build a relationship. Well, telling the truth is a part of building relationships, but they also have to know it's safe for them to tell the truth. Marketing is building a tribe and being known for what you want to be known for in that tribe. It's great. I mean, I quibble with this word tribe because it's, I did a whole video about this. If you just searched on YouTube, Tad Hargrave tribe, you'll see my thoughts on this. So I quibble with the word for reasons I go into in that video. But yeah, building a following, building a, or sometimes you don't even have to build it. It's already there, you know, and you can just join it. But certainly either finding or building a certain level of following community, I suppose whatever word makes most sense to you, absolutely. And then being known for what you want to be known for. That's the whole thing. What is your niche? It's what you want to be known for. But you can't be known for things by everyone, just by a certain group of people. Marketing is relaxing. Yeah, from Mark Silver. Yeah, you know, the old Chinese proverb, stress is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. And in my language around that, it would be, what makes us so stressed is this posturing. We get so stressed trying to pretend, developing a persona, pretending we're something that we're not. And that drives clients away. Or people work with you in spite of your posturing, not because of it. You know, and so relaxing, the word I use, the language I use is composure. You know, becoming more composed, not collapsed, not posturing, but composed. This is really about relaxing. Another way to say that is being comfortable in your own skin. And I don't know if marketing is about that, but to the extent that you are comfortable in your own skin, your marketing will be better. Marketing is about getting to know each other. That's beautiful. I like that. Marketing is about creating safety so the other person can slow down their ego. Yeah, stuck in ego. Take off their armor and check if what you're saying resonates within their heart. so much of marketing is about creating that sense of safety. Yeah, absolutely. So they can slow down their ego. Yeah, possibly. I mean, it's not my language, but people get reactive, feel they have to protect themselves. And the response of traditional marketing to that self-protective mechanism is to push harder, to overcome the objection. Well, forget it. Instead of trying to overcome the objection, how about you just don't push so hard and make it safe so they can take their armor off, so they don't feel like they need to defend. It's so strange. People feel defensive, and so they give objections. What's the response to those objections? To push harder instead of to step back, give space, yeah, so they don't need to armor up. Marketing is not necessarily an evil. True. Marketing is a spiritual and beautiful practice when it relies on empathy, courage, and creativity. Beautiful. Marketing is reaching out to people who, oh man, sirens are telling me to wrap this video up. Reaching out to people who you think may be a good fit for what you have to offer. That's not the whole thing, but that's a part of marketing, yeah. And I like the language. You're just reaching out, that's it. You're not trying to manipulate them, you're just reaching out to people and say, hey, I've got some, I think it may be a good fit. That language may be so key. I think this may be a good fit, I don't know, but I thought I'd reach out and let you know I have it. If you have any questions, let me know. That's all. You're just reaching out to people who you think may be a good fit for what you have to offer. That's the very first step of marketing. Now there's more to it, of course. That's it on the list. A long video. We're going to hit 27 minutes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you to Michael for this list. And yeah, marketing can be really brutal. It can feel terrible to you who's doing it and to the one who's receiving it. We've all been on the receiving end of marketing that felt terrible, and we never want to do that to anyone else. So these are some thoughts, some riffing on how marketing can feel good to you and to them, how it can be ethical, what that looks like. And if you want more videos like this, I'll put a link below. I've got a whole playlist of other thoughts about how to make marketing feel good. Of course, again, there's videos on niching, which is very central to this whole conversation. And there's all that. And you can check out marketingforhippies.com. That's my website. On Facebook as well. Thank you, everyone, if you made it to this point in the video. And thank you to everyone who's subscribed. You can hit the red button if you haven't subscribed, then the little bell icon, and to notify you when I have new videos coming out. I think that's it. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone.